Are live. We are live on a Friday. A-League football round 2, Newcastle Jets Melbourne Victory. Live watch along. I'm very curious to see how this game pans out. You've got Newcastle Jets coming off that F3 derby loss last week. Melbourne Victory, last year's Grand Finalists here. New signings on show for both sides. A youthful, obviously, approach for Newcastle Jets this season. The Australia Cup winners and Melbourne Victory. Plenty of quality, plenty of class in their squad. Some good young players coming through there as well. So this is going to be a fascinating matchup, that's for sure. Jump in the live chat, say good day. What's your feelings heading into this game? What are your predictions? What are you expecting from this contest? In terms of my prediction, it's a tricky one to call because I feel like on paper, it's fair to say Melbourne Victory, their squad. We'll take a look at the lineups in just a second. But I feel like Victory squad probably has more quality and experience. I think that's just a fact. But for Newcastle Jets, man, coming off that Australia Cup triumph, this is their first home game since winning the Australia Cup, Newcastle Jets. So they would love to sort of celebrate that Australia Cup triumph with a victory here in front of their home fans. How you guys going? How's your week's been? Good to see everyone here joining us in the live chat for this live watch along. We were live this time last week for the first game of the season, Adelaide, Sydney. Here we go. We've got the lineups coming here from Google. Let's take a look. And this is actually fun because I haven't had a chance to actually look at the lineup. So this is my live reaction to the lineups as the teams have now walked out onto the pitch. Alrighty. So this has come from Google. We'll see whether this exactly, is going to be how it shapes up to be. Delinov in goals. Joe Shaughnessy makes his A-League debut for the Jets. He's straight in. Costa Grozos also returns after missing the F3 derby with suspension. Shushnya starts as well. Wilmering and Aquilina. So, yeah, it could be a back three, or actually probably more likely is we'll see Costa Grozos play as a 6 in midfield. Badalado and Burgess there once again. And it's a front three of Dobson, Gibson, Burton, Shello. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be more of a 4-3-3 for the Jets, which is what we've seen from them lately. Melbourne Victory, Duncan in goals, playing against one of his former teams. Insera, Esposito, Jackson, Davidson, that same back four. That's right, same back four. Stella and Valadon starting. John Rowe, Santos. Now, apparently, we all owe Keegan, we should say Jelassic, an apology. We've all been pronouncing his name wrong, according to the man himself. I'm sure you guys have seen on the socials for the A-League. They've been, putting up videos of the players saying how to pronounce their names. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it's Keegan Jelassic. And we've all been saying Jelicic, but Jelassic, which is like nowhere near what we've been saying. So I don't know how everyone's got that wrong. It's not just me, it's commentators. Everyone's been saying Jelicic for years, but apparently according to Keegan, it's Jelassic. So Keegan Jelassic starts and Nikos Virgos. So, to my memory, that's the same starting 11 that Victory went with last week in that 0-0 draw with Auckland. All right, we've got some predictions coming in. G'day, Jason says 3-2 to Victory. That would really hurt for Jets to another 3-2 loss. That would be quite something, hey? G'day, Marcus, who says this could be a high-scoring draw. I reckon 2-2. Interesting. That's sort of my feeling. I feel like this game will be a draw. I think Victory, again, have that experience, have that class, but Newcastle Jets at home here, man. And it could be a tricky side to face this season. A lot of expectation surrounding this Jets team this year. A lot of people predicting them to have a good season. It's been many years now since they've made A-League finals. Of course, these two teams met in the 2018 A-League Men's Grand Final. Bit of a dramatic contest, that one. You can, of course, watch this game on Paramount Plus for those in Australia. Newcastle Jets, Melbourne Victory. It's A-League action. Round 2. Here we go. Who will step up and pick up their first win of the season? A loss for the Jets in the F3 derby last week and a scoreless draw for Victory. Still chasing their first goal of the season. And we are underway. Pretty nice evening for football. I'm not in the Newcastle area, but I'm not too far outside of it. And the weather's been pretty nice, man. It's been pretty mild. Hope you guys have had a great week and have enjoyed whatever weather you've had in your area. We had a really hot day on, I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday or something. Super hot day, but the last couple of days have been a little bit cooler. Of course, as we know, when it comes to the A-League, players have to get used to playing in warm weather. Adstar says, it was a nice day here in Maitland. Love it, Adstar. Thanks for joining us here tonight, mate. Adstar also says, I think Central Coast Mariners busted the Newcastle bubble last week. Yeah, I mean, it was huge. And for so many reasons, that F3 derby win for Mariners last week, and obviously being a Mariners fan myself, was just the most incredible victory. Everyone writing Mariners off. But it's a big deal because Newcastle Jets were heading into this season with great form, obviously winning all those games in the Australia Cup. Heading into the A-League, some people expecting Newcastle to keep that good form going, but a loss round one. So they would love nothing more than to bounce back with a win here. So our first look at Joe Shaughnessy tonight. He's starting for the Jets. Right-sided centre back. Already under pressure as Victory are pressing high. Of course, tonight, Alex Badalado playing against his former side, Victory. He was on loan for the second half of last season at Melbourne Victory, was Alex Badalado. Got some more predictions coming in here. Sam says 3-1 to Victory. 3-1 to the Jets. It certainly doesn't feel like, the predictions are swinging sort of strongly either way, It feels like it's pretty mixed. I get the sense that most people are on the fence with this one. I mean, Melbourne Victory were okay last week against Auckland, scoreless draw. We know they're missing a lot of players, Melbourne Victory. A lot of guys still out with injury, as it's a poor goal kick out from the back from Shushnia. Victory on the front foot. Jason Davidson, of course, back in the A-League with Victory, starting at left back once again today. Heavy touch by Esposito. Jets could be away here. That's a really poor touch. Burton Shello's away down the left. This is a great chance, but that's a heavy touch from Burton Shello, but it's a throw. But Newcastle Jets were almost in behind there. Adstar says, I'm not confident to make a call on who is going to win this. Maybe it'll be a draw. Good opening for Jets a moment ago there. Xavier Burton Shello. He was one of those guys that really impressed me in their cup run. Left winger. We're in the number 43. Having a real breakout season so far. Dobson. Wayward ball. Newcastle Jets with their first sort of opportunity in the front third. Nice pass from Valadon. Jean Rowe is going to release it now. Nice play from Victory, spreading it wide. Santos is away down the right. In Serra, the underlapping run, and Victory have a corner. Well done, the Jets, to just cover that in defense, but that was a nice move there from Victory. They look dangerous going down the right-hand side. Possibly a big season coming up for someone like Santos, who showed us glimpses last season, grabbed a few goals as well, but was in and out of the team, in and out of the starting 11. But this could be a big season for Santos. We know they are currently without the likes of Piscopo and Volupale at the moment. Victory, of course, no Roderick Miranda, who's still out with injury. Brendan Hamill recovering from a long-term injury as well. So it's still they're still missing a lot of players in Melbourne Victory. Certainly not your full strength Victory lineup, but it is a strong team that they are fielding tonight. There's no doubt about that. I mean, like a team like Victory, club like Melbourne Victory, they make sure they always have quality in their lineup and good squad depth, and they've got that once again this season. G'day, Callum. Callum asks, has there been any players who broke out in the Cup who went on to maintain their form in the A-League? Easy to list the ones that haven't. Al Hassan Toure, Faisal. Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah, and obviously not just players, but teams as well. It's if you have success in the Cup, does not always equate to success in the league. It's completely different situation. Take nothing away from the Jets. There's a long-range effort. Sails well wide of the goal from Victory. Santos. Jets were good in their Cup run, but can they do it across the league? Can they do it? Yeah, Marcus, I'm hoping to get down there. Huge week of A-League football coming up. 3 games tomorrow. Auckland host Wanderers. Should be a good game. That's the first game tomorrow before Melbourne City play Perth Glory. And then Sydney SC, Central Coast Mariners. Big game tomorrow evening. And then Sunday, Arvo sees Wellington Phoenix play Brisbane Roar. That'll be an interesting game as well. Keen for that one. And then we've got a Monday night fixture this week as well. Macarthur FC hosting Adelaide. Davidson. His cross is cleared by Shaughnessy. And after 7 minutes here in Newcastle, it's Victory who are looking the more hungrier going forward. G'day, mate. Where can I watch this game live? It's on Paramount Plus. If you're in Australia, it's on Paramount Plus. All of the A-League action is there as the corner comes in. Victory and Jason Davidson's header unable to control it, but Melbourne Victory showing some promising signs early on. Newcastle Jets working hard in defence at this stage in the game. Quite interesting to see. Well, again, Jets caught playing out from the back. Managed to get away with it. But it is interesting to see that Mark Milligan did make a few changes to the starting lineup here. He has made a few changes. Dobson starting ahead of Oscar Fryer. Max Cooper drops out. Who else dropped out? Someone else, wasn't there? Maybe it's just those two. But Grozos and Shaughnessy coming in. Dobson. I've got Lockie Bayliss was the other one. Yeah, 3 changes to the starting lineup for the Jets tonight after that F3 derby loss. Newcastle on the ball now with a chance to do something. Yeah, it's definitely looks more like a 4-3-3 from Newcastle Jets. Grozos is sort of stepping up into midfield, which is what we expected to see. So the sort of the lineup here, the graphic from Google is almost right. Grozos is sort of stepped up a little bit higher into midfield. Is it worth buying Paramount? It's definitely worth subscribing to Paramount, yeah, if you're keen to watch the A-League. All the games are there. 9 minutes in, 0-0. First A-League minutes for Joe Shaughnessy, who's been closed down, but wins the goal kick. So Victory pressing high. Really applying the pressure to Newcastle Jets. A bit of an intense start to his A-League debut for Irish centre-back Joe Shaughnessy. In an interesting signing, that's for sure. Joe Shaughnessy. I think a good signing considering that the Jets probably needed another experienced quality player at the back there. And Joe Shaughnessy, well, Jets fans will be hoping that Shaughnessy brings that quality. As Victory have another corner coming up. Looking for their first goal of the season, Melbourne Victory. Plenty of players who are capable of finding the back of the net. As Jean Rowe clips one in. Good defensive header. Still on for Victory, though. Jalasic's cross and another wayward header. So Victory are starting to rack up the shots, but nothing's really troubling James Delianov. Pretty comfortable for the Jets keeper at the moment. But again, look, I mean, Jets pretty keen to play out from the back. They've broken through the middle now. This is a great chance. Bertoncello. Oh, through for Gibson. Maybe not the right pass. I like the idea, but it worked out playing out from the back there. All of a sudden, Victory are going to get him behind. Santos, loads of space. Victory are in. Surely. Oh. How have they stuffed that up? Melbourne Victory. What happened there for Santos? They're in almost in again, but some great opportunities now. Great switch of play. Virgos with a long ball. Beautiful from Virgos to switch it for Santos. It's a really, I tell you what, that's a really, really poor cross from Santos. Very, very poor. Victory should really be up 1-0. That was a golden opportunity. Because John Rowe was completely unmarked in the middle. He was just waltzing into the box. Shushnya was the only defender back. Santos, it should be a comfortable cross in the middle for John Rowe, and Victory should be up 1-0. Davidson. The pressure continues to mount here. Newcastle Jets just surviving in the back at this stage. But Victory still yet to really test James Delianov. Davidson with a lot of space on the left again. Another cross from the left back is Santos. Well, there's a shot on target. It did come from Santos in the end, header. But it was straight into the gloves of Delianov. So Newcastle Jets, man. I mean, if you're a Jets fan, this is a bit of a nervy start. A little bit of panic at the back. We had a couple good moments charging forward through Bertoncello. Newcastle Jets, but haven't been able to sustain any sort of attacking moves 13 minutes into this game. Tell you what, dude, I don't mind the Jets home kit. What do you guys make of the Jets home kit this season? They've had some decent. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the kits that Newcastle have released over the years, and there was that time where they did go to the blue and red, and they, of course, they were wearing the blue and red for their Australia Cup run. But I like this design. I think it looks great with the collar as well. Padalado, Burgess, Newcastle Jets with a chance to break. Heavy pass for Dobson, who keeps it in. Jets are on the attack. In off the right. Padalado, surely. Great chance. It's in. Is he offside? Jets is celebrating. And against the run of the play, the Australia Cup winners take the lead. That was all too easy. Well, dude, Ben Gibson, he doesn't look totally stoked. He reckons he might be offside, I reckon, judging by his facial expression. I mean, Dobson did really well there on the right wing. Beat Davidson a little bit too easily, but Badalado, no one tracked. He's onside. That's a goal, man. That's a goal. Jets lead. Newcastle Jets in front. And that's right, Marcus. It was Badalado who set it up. Duncan with the save, but Gibson's there to tap it home. That's poor defending. That is poor defending from Melbourne Victory. The way that Newcastle Jets this is the first time they've gotten into the box. The run of Badalado was not tracked. And Ben Gibson here has scored his first goal of the season. Newcastle 1, Victory 0. It's a bit of a surprise lead based off the opening 15 minutes here. Because it was Victory who are applying the pressure and looking the more likely. But great work from the Jets. And they've got a lead here at home. Victory straight back on the attack. Nice work from John Rowe, Jelassic. Davidson's there as well. Offside flag is up. So, wow. How about that? That's right, Nick. Preston Avondale in NPL Victoria as well this evening. Newcastle Jets. It's interesting with Victory pressing so high, pressing so intensely. It's been like 2 or 3 occasions now when Newcastle have seemingly broken into midfield pretty easily. Burgess in the middle of the park. He's the guy who won on the ball. Battleado's there. Nicely done. There's a slip from Lockie Jackson. And the centre back there did very well to head that ball while it was still on the floor. A little bit of improvisation from the defender. Bertoncello from range. Duncan's behind it. Strong shot indeed, Marcus. Well, Newcastle Jets well and truly getting back into this game. And they've got the lead. They've got the most important thing. They've got a goal. Despite Melbourne Victory and their pressure going forward. Dobson does well. Might have been a handball. They're going to play on. That's a poor giveaway from Burgess, middle of the park, but strong tackle from Shushnia. Oh, okay, it's a foul. Looked like a fair challenge to me. Won the ball, did he not? Okay, yeah, no, replays probably suggest that it was a free kick. Got a bit too much of the man there. Another start for Xavier Stella as well tonight in the Victory midfield, which is huge opportunity for the Melbourne Victory youngster. Getting another start in that defensive midfield area for Victory, playing alongside Geordie Valadon. Of course, they had Ryan Teague there last season, so big boots to fill for Xavier Stella, but he looked good. He looked good on his debut last week against Auckland. Thanks for joining us here tonight for our live watch long of round 2 A-League action. Newcastle Jets, Melbourne Victory. It's 1-0 to the Jets, courtesy of Ben Gibson, who has his first goal of the new season. Second full season with the Jets, Ben Gibson, who I thought was pretty good last year. And, of course, it was really battling for that starting striker position with Lockie Rose, who's on the bench tonight for the Jets again. Lockie Rose, who did score that equaliser in the F3 derby, as Jelassic has some space and shoots. Good shot. Good save. Newcastle Jets get numbers back to deal with it. Good chance there from Melbourne Victory. And the decent save there from Delianov. So this new look Newcastle Jets. If they could get a win here against Melbourne Victory, I mean, great way to respond after F3 derby lost last week. Very disappointing for Newcastle Jets from their point of view, of course. Battleado, edge of the box, shoots. Oh, what a goal! Oh, Alex Battleado has scored a stunner for the second week in a row. What a goal against his former side. Oh, that is an incredible strike. What is going on, Marcus? Well, he scored the goal of the week in round 1. He may well have goal of the week for round 2. That is an incredible goal from Alex Battleado. 2-0. Newcastle Jets are flying. They are flying here. Oh my gosh. Bertoncello was driving forward and Battleado stepping in. That is a remarkable shot. And look at the reaction from Victory goalkeeper Jack Duncan. He is fuming. Jack Duncan has given an almighty spray to his teammates there because Battleado has just waltzed straight up to the edge of the box and curled one into the far corner. I mean, Jack Duncan's not getting to it. But yeah, he's going to be furious, man, the way that Victory gave the ball away. I mean, we were talking about Xavier Stella earlier. Disappointing there from the young midfielder who got caught on the ball, and Badalado capitalizes on the mistake. It's 2-0. Wow, dude. Wow, that's incredible. 2 goals. Is that right? So Badalado's, according to the broadcast, that's just his second goal of his A-League career. So that means the goal, I didn't actually realize that. The goal last week for Badalado was his first A-League goal. I didn't realize that. He's got a decent number of A-League games so far. He's spent time at Wanderers and, of course, on loan at Victory last season. But how about this? Into this new season, 2 games, 2 goals. Alex Badalado is the player in form in the A-League right now. And 2 absolutely cracking strikes. Are we seeing the emergence of the next young star in the A-Leagues? He recently picked up the AFC, was it the Young Player of the Year award? Of course, he featured for the Young Socceroos at the Under-20 Asian Cup and Under-20 World Cup this year. Alex Badalado. Wow. And, dude, I mean, I was thinking about this last week after he scored that cracking goal as well, but Alex Badalado, I'm just cannot understand why Western Sydney Wanderers let him go. He went out on loan to Victory. He wasn't getting any game time at Wanderers last season. And as far as I'm aware, he was still contracted at Wanderers. Like, he still had at least another season, as far as I'm aware. But Wanderers chose to let him go to Victory. Let him go to Jets. I tell you what, if I'm a Wanderers fan, I'm furious that my club has let this star player go. Because Alex Badalado, I mean, we're just early on in round 2 here, but he's stepping up as one of the informed players right now. Callum here says, Badalado has been weirdly poor at senior level until now, so good to see him break out. Yeah, look, maybe it's just this Wanderers system that's allowing him to flourish, sort of playing as this sort of a box-to-box midfielder. It's part of a midfield 3 for Newcastle Jets. Grozos plays as that deepest lying midfielder, and Badalado and Burgess sort of playing as 2 number 8s, if you like. Alex Badalado, he's really flourishing. He just wasn't getting any game time at Wanderers. He wasn't necessarily starting when he went on loan to Victory as well. He was coming off the bench a lot for Victory in the second half of last season when he was on loan there. But here at Newcastle Jets, really smart move from Badalado. It's proving to be already. Oh, Joe Shaughnessy has collected an attacker there for Victory. It's Jonro, and it's going to be a free kick. So 23 minutes in, it is Newcastle Jets 2, Melbourne Victory 0. The Jets are flying, folks. What a start. What a start. Luke says here, I think it was basically a trade of Kankar up for Badalado. Yeah, you could look at it that way. Philip Kankar going the other way from Jets to Wanderers. And they've just shown on the broadcast, Socceroos head coach Tony Popovic is in attendance for this game. Popper is there in the stadium, and I tell you what, he is getting a great look here at Alex Badalado, who's featured for the Under-20 Australia side. Well, could he feature for the senior Australia side in the future? With this form, it's probably on track. Socceroos are in action in November as Victory come forward. Virgos in the box, teeing it up for Davidson. Oh, good save. The follow-up's in. Victory pull one back. Victory have one back just like that. It's 2-1. Well, Delianov got down well for the save, but couldn't do anything about the rebound. And it's Nikos Virgos, I reckon. Goodness me. Well, again, Newcastle just not dealing with the pressure at the back there. Virgos teeing it up for Davidson. No, excuse me. It wasn't even Virgos. It's Denny Jonro, is it? It is. Denny Jonro has scored his first goal of the season. The Victory, number 10. Yeah, that's right. Blinkers, really good match so far. Absolutely. Ross says, let's go Victory. Game on. As Marcus says here, I said a high-scoring game. Well, this is, yeah. We are on track for a high-scoring game, aren't we? 25 minutes in, it's 2-1. Jean Rowe has just pulled one back. A lot of hype around this guy coming back to the A-League, Denny Jean Rowe, who was at MacArthur a few years ago. Went overseas to France, Spain as well, and now finds himself back in the A-League. And, I mean, we're just talking about, Popovic getting a good look at Battleado here tonight after that incredible goal. But, of course, I'm sure Tony Popovic is observing Denny Jean Rowe, and he was there to tap home. Jason Davidson, probably another guy that Popovic is looking at for that left back role, left wing back. Delianov, poor clearance. Grozos is there to deal with it, but bit of sloppiness from the Jets as they try to break out from defense. Hey, dude, there's a real open feel to this game. There's Jets, if like, because Victory are pressing so high. If Jets get past that initial press, all of a sudden they're away. But at the same time, Jets are also struggling with that press at the back, and Victory are creating opportunities. This is, dude, at this rate, we are getting a high-scoring game. Hey, really high-scoring game. Prediction for tomorrow night, the Sydney Mariners game. Look, I think as a Mariners fan, I would take a draw. I think a draw would be a good result. So I'm going to go with that. 2-1. Wow. So a lot to talk about so far. We've had plenty of action in the opening 27 minutes here in Newey. Luke says, I'm at the stadium. Luke, love it. Says, the vibe here couldn't have been more positive despite that goal. Love it, Luke. Hope you're enjoying the vibes there. McDonald Jones Stadium. I've been there many times. Nice stadium. Heaps of fans behind that goal to the right-hand side of the broadcast. Behind the goal that the Jets are attacking. That's that whole hill is filled with Newcastle Jets fans. Great to see. Jets again. All of a sudden, it's opening up for them again. Dobson's in on the right. He's teed it up for Gibson, who's cutting in. Defenders do well to close him down. Burgess is there, though. Dobson again. Poor defending from Victory. They do just get it clear. This has been a chaotic start for both teams, really. The game in general has been chaotic, but Melbourne Victory got to tighten up at the back. Newcastle Jets are having a lot of joy in the final third, aren't they? We've got some other predictions coming in for that Sydney Mariners game tomorrow. Random Edit says 2-1 Mariners. Ross also says 1-0 Mariners. Hey, dude, if Mariners win again tomorrow, that's huge. Against away to Sydney, that would be a monumental result for just the whole league. Marcus says 1-0 win for Sydney. Kispe goal. Piero Kispe. Yeah, curious to see how he goes this season, man. I don't think we saw his best last week against Adelaide. Same with Campuzano. But I'm excited for Piero Kispe in the A-League. He could be a top player this year. So the Jets trying to maintain this attack now. And Melbourne Victory just seem a little bit disorganized at the back. I don't know what's going on. Again, they're in behind. No, the flag is up. Sorry. They're looking dangerous. I tell you what, Jets are looking dangerous when they get forward. They've already got 2 goals. They want more. Luke with a prediction for tomorrow as well. I really appreciate Luke you joining us in the live chat. Considering you're at the stadium, says reckons 1-2. I assume you mean that 2-1 to Sydney, but I think the Mariners hold a 1-0 lead at half time. Interesting. Yeah, again, like from a Mariners point of view, I think a draw would be a great result. I think, yeah, still considering where we are at. But, I mean, no one... If Mariners could take 4 points from the opening 2 games, I don't think anyone expected that, Everyone's writing Mariners off this season. And we're not getting... As a Mariners fan, I'm not getting carried away after last week. It's promising. It's good to see that, as a Mariners fan, I still believe in the squad we have. There's good players there, like DePizio, McCalmont, very, very good. I thought defensively, Mariners were okay for most of the game as well. We're pretty solid. Nathan Paul and Brad Tapp. But yeah, man, do not want to get carried away just after that incredible win last week, of course. As an individual game, it was phenomenal, but yeah. Shots at goal, the stats on the broadcast, 7 for Victory, 4 for the Jets. 4 on target for either side. How about that? G'day, A-League X, who says Mata has to play. Well, he's on the bench, is he not? Yes, he is. Here's a look at the benches for the two teams. Newcastle Jets, Bayless, Rose, Bertolicio's there. Fryer, Bayless is the backup keeper there, Jordan Bayless, and Max Cooper, Christian Bracco. Very youthful bench there for the Jets. And Victory, there he is. Juan Mata is on the bench once again. Juan Mata's there. Oshorski. Dragicevic, Josh Rawlins returns from suspension. Jing Reese is there. Matt Grimaldi and Adama Traore. Very good. Watching live from Wellington. G'day, Richard Raw. Love it. All the way over in Wellington. Of course, the Brisbane Raw taking on Wellington Phoenix on Sunday. Arvo. Hope all is well over there. Richard, thanks for jumping in the live chat, mate. A-League X crowd prediction for this game tonight, for the Jets victory. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because I think there's a lot of fans on the near side where the camera is. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of fans on that hill to the right. So I think we're looking maybe at 8 or 9,000. It's hard to tell in these big stadiums. Of course, we ideally in the A-League we'd be playing in smaller stadiums. 15,000, 20,000 capacity. You think about Cooper Stadium as Ben Gibson's in behind. Great chance, Gibson. Good defending by Lockie Jackson, who stayed strong at the back there. Luke, who is apparently at the stadium in the game. Thanks for joining us again, Luke. Says, looks to be 10,000 to me in the stadium. Love it. As Adstar also here says, that will be a very interesting game. Wanderers v Auckland, top game. Yeah, man. 2 top 4 teams from last year as the Jets are in behind almost. Esposito has to clear it. Yeah, huge game tomorrow. That's the first game kicking off tomorrow. Auckland hosting Wanderers, 2 top 4 teams from last season, and 2 teams who I think we're all expecting to do pretty well this year. So the Newcastle Jets still on the attack here. They've got the lead, but they are clearly wanting more. They are hungry for more goals. Jason Davidson evades Dobson, and he's driving forward. Valid on a lot of space on the right. Good defending by Badalado. And, dude, this game feels like it's in the final 10 minutes. And it's like the 80th minute. The way that it's just opening up, it's crazy. This has been a really bizarre game. On the broadcast, they're revealing there the stats showing that Victory are favouring that left side of the pitch to attack. Almost half their attacks coming off the left, where Jason Davidson is stationed, as well as Keegan Jelassic. Dobson has been taken out off the ball. Bertoncello, he's dispossessed. Victory can come forward. And a flying challenge. Dude, it's like watching a game of pinball. Or, not pinball. I should say, what do you call it? Like the tabletop soccer? What do you call that? The ball's just bouncing around. It feels like it's just back and forth chaos right now. Back and forth. Luke says, Jets feel like a very goal-hungry team this season. Yeah, man. Very attacking team. It's worked for them so far. It worked for them in the Australia Cup. Adstar here says, I think Popper being at the stadium has given the players a boost in enthusiasm. Foosball, that's the one. Thanks, Ross. Yeah, man. I mean, I was saying it earlier, but just to go back to my point there, Jason Davidson's apparently picked up a yellow card. Socceroos in action next month. We could possibly see some A-League players called up. A lot of competition for places in the Socceroos squad, man. A lot of competition for places. But could someone like Battleado or Jean-Ro make a push into that Socceroos squad? Of course, Battleado has never been called up to the Socceroos squad. Jean-Ro, of course, has been in that Socceroos squad before. But it's been some time since we have seen Denny Jean-Ro involved with the Socceroos. In the final 10 minutes of this first half, it's Newcastle Jets 2, Melbourne Victory 1. Ben Gibson and Alex Battleado with the goals for the Jets. Great goal from Battleado earlier, if you missed it. Cracking strike from range. Melbourne Victory got one back through Denny Jean-Ro. Here come the Jets again. It's way too easy. It's way too easy for the Jets. Wilmering's in down the left. Cross. Great chance. Oh, Battleado's just missed it. It's in again. Oh, what a block. Oh, my goodness. Well, Newcastle Jets. It is utter chaos at the back for Victory. This is shambolic defending from Victory. Again, they're on the front foot. Burgess trying to force his way through. Applying the pressure here. Yeah, great number of fans on that hill behind the goal to the right. Strong crowd in attendance for the Jets' first home game of the season. Grozos feeds through for Burgess. Can't find a teammate. But they win it straight back instantly. You thought, you'd think after Victory got that one goal back through Jean-Ro, you thought that might have sparked, that, that might spark them a little bit and they might have taken control of this game. But Newcastle Jets, you'd think Victory would be the one really pushing and Newcastle Jets would be pinned back, but Newcastle Jets completely on the front foot. And a great chance to Aquilina a moment ago there as well. Crucial block at the back by Victory. So let's see what Victory do now. Let's see what they do here now. They've got a spell of possession. Can they find an equaliser before the break? A chaotic first half. An entertaining first half. Some of you guys predicted we might get a high-scoring game. Burton Shello, he's given one to chase, and he'll get to it too. Got a bit of work to do. Xavier Burton Shello. Trying to get around in Sarah, but that's strong defending from the young Socceroo. Burgess having a good game so far. He's been pretty central to most things for the Jets tonight. And they've won a free kick. Edge of the box. Out wide on the sort of the corner of the box, if you like. Battleado was upended by Insera, his young Socceroo teammate. And Newcastle Jets, this is a set-piece chance. Bit of a clumsy foul there from Insera, just tripping Battleado unnecessarily. It's been a very entertaining contest up to this point. Dude, I'm sure Battleado would love to take this. I think it looks like he is. Burgess is there too, but I mean, don't be surprised if Battleado goes for goal from here with the form that he's in, with the two cracking goals he scored already this season in the A-League. Battleado is the right foot option. Burgess the left. Free kick. He's teed up Battleado. Good block. Nicely worked there by the Jets. Oh, that looks like a foul. No. Wow, Jelassic was almost away, and it looked like a foul. It looked like he was just pushed over, but referee reckons it was a bit soft. Oh, that's a dangerous ball from Shushnya. Goes back to the Jets keeper, James Delianov. Round 2. How good is it to have the A-League back? This is our second A-League live watch-along of the season. We were live this time last week for Adelaide, Sydney. 2-1 result in that game too. 2-1 win for the Reds over Sydney. Davidson with a cross, blocked. And it's going to be another corner. Jason Davidson has been very busy. A lot of the action coming down Victory's left, Newcastle's right. Jason Davidson, he's been sending the crosses in. He's been working hard on that left side. So Jets with some defending to do here. As it's a corner coming in from Denny Genreau. Cross is good. Oh, wow, that was close. Lockie Jackson almost getting a toe on that. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Support the channel. Doing plenty of content surrounding Australian football, the A-Leagues in particular. A-League men's season, this is round 2. The A-League women's season gets underway next week. Matilda's in action over the weekend and next week as well. Sam Kerr returns for the Dillies. Big story. Always a busy time in Australian football. Great to have the A-League back, though. Of course, Australian Championship entering round 3. Round 3. Big game on as we speak. And if you're watching it, feel free to give us a shout. What's the score? Someone give us the score update for the Preston-Avondale game, which I believe kicked off at the same time as this one. How's it looking? Preston-Avondale, 2 Melbourne rivals there, NPL Victoria rivals, facing off in the Australian Championship this evening. Big game for both sides. Preston need to win. Preston Lions need to win. But you guys are the co-pilots here. Someone drop us a live score update for that game. So, not long to go in this first half. Newcastle Jets with a 2-1 lead. Cracking goal from Alex Badalado earlier on in the half. Virgos, Genreau, Victory looking dangerous again. Santos. Feeding it through for Insera. And it's going to be yet another corner here for Victory. They are well and truly racking up the corner stats so far this game, aren't they? Plenty of set-piece opportunities for the away team this evening. A lot of grabbing going on in the box here. There's some plays having all over the place as the set piece comes in and Jets managed to get it clear. Davidson has it on the left again. Valadon in support. Comes unstuck for Victory again, going forward in attack. They need to be a little bit better in that department. They've had chances. They've had looks at goal. But they're going to need a bit more quality in that front third, it feels like, hey? Luke asks, who do you think is the player that Popovich is at this game? Oh, right. I know. I can see what you're saying. I reckon it'd be Genreau, but wouldn't be surprised if he was having a look at Badalado too. Of course. I mean, yeah, if someone's going to step up like Badalado, I'm sure Tony Popovich is keeping notes. But yeah, I imagine Genreau's one, probably Davidson as well. I think those are the probably 2. Maybe Seb Esposito as well. Seb Esposito, who's got his second start here of the season. Back-to-back starts to kick off the campaign for Esposito, the captain of the Young Socceroos. So few Victory players there for the Jets. I mean, look, maybe even Max Burgess. He's someone that I was speaking about a few weeks ago with the form that he's in. It could happen. He could get a Socceroos call-up. Badalado, forward for Gibson. This is a good chance. Gibson's broken forward. Great chance. Oh, another important block from Lockie Jackson, who's made some very, very vital interventions at the back for Victory. But nice work from Jets, and Gibson was almost away. 2 minutes added on. Burgess in that little pocket. Getting it through for Battleado. Jackson's there to clear. So far, Lockie Jackson's having a good game. He's been covering things well. But, of course, Jets still have that 2-1 lead. Jets looking still... Another tackle from Jackson. For 3 very good defensive interventions from Lockie Jackson in the space of 1 minute, essentially. Brilliant stuff. So, very intriguing first half, man. Stick around at halftime. We'll be talking about the upcoming weekend's action in the A-League. 5 more epic games on the way. And we are still learning more and more about the teams. Still very early days, of course. Round 2. Ben Gibson has all of a sudden gotten in behind down the right. Teed it up for Dobson. He's in. Great chance. Oh, it's Battleado again. Newcastle have 3. Oh, it's incredible. The Jets are not only flying, they are soaring. Flying. Newcastle lead 3-1 against Melbourne Victory. Wow, brilliant stuff. Again, just horrific defending from Victory. Gibson's waltzing down the right wing. Comfortable in behind for Dobson. That's really poor defending from Esposito. He's a great defender, and he's got a great career ahead of him. But that is paper-thin defending from Esposito. And he's just teed it up for Battleado, who's unmarked. It's 3-1. This is shocking defending from Melbourne Victory that we are witnessing tonight. 3-1. Incredible. Oh, wowee. Wowee. Callum, the only correct answer to that is 1-3-2. Controversial, maybe. Brilliant. Brilliant from Newcastle Jets. And 3 shots at goal this half. And 2 goals for Alex Battleado. Goodness me, this guy is in incredible form. It is halftime in Newcastle, and the Jets lead 3-1. Well, we thought they might be good tonight, Newcastle, but we thought it might be a close game. But Newcastle have a 2-goal margin at the break. They've scored 3 goals in the first 45 minutes. It's been a really, really poor first half from Victory. They have had some opportunities going forward, but their defending has been unacceptable. For a club like Melbourne Victory, this defensive performance is completely unacceptable, and Arthur Dillis has a huge halftime talk coming up. Wow, Adstar here says Battleado is playing for Popper. Blinkius here says Victory have the quality to come back. I think the Jets have to keep going. I agree. Yes. Yeah. Feels like the Jets might need one more. But at this rate, they're probably going to get it. Goodness me. But again, we look at the benches. Let's look at that Victory bench, because we might see some changes at the break here, man, because very poor first half. I mean, Matt Grimaldi is a good option. He can play in the wide positions. Jing Reese could come on as another forward option there. But Juan Mata, I think the big question mark is, how much involvement does Juan Mata have in this game? How many minutes does he play? He came on, what minute did he come on last week? It was like roughly halfway through that second half when Juan Mata come on from memory. But if you guys were in charge of Melbourne Victory, do you bring Juan Mata on it? Do you bring Juan Mata on at halftime? Maybe you sacrifice someone like Xavier Stella, who's a poor giveaway for that second goal. So maybe he comes off. Denny Genro maybe drops a bit deeper, and you bring on Juan Mata. Perhaps it might mean a bit of a reshuffle for Melbourne Victory, because they have to get back into this game, because it's not been good enough. Not been good enough. Callum says the Jets being good is so much fun. Thank you for that, Luke, who says, I think Mata played 30 minutes last week. There we go. Luke says, if he keeps going, Battleider might be contender for Golden Boot. He's getting into the right areas. Well, the cool thing is, he's shown us he's capable of scoring stunners. He scored one last week and one tonight, but he feels like that kind of midfielder who will just crash into the box and he'll be there to finish a chance. Yep, just like that third goal for the Jets there. So yeah. Blinkers here says, I think Mata would be a good choice at halftime. Says that the Jets have left a bit of space to exploit. Won't matter if the defense doesn't improve. Yes, yeah, Newcastle Jets haven't necessarily dominated the game. The early stages was all victory, if you remember. Let's have a look at the stats from Google. Check it out, folks. Victory actually have more shots, 9 shots, 4 on target. The Jets, 7 shots, 4 on target. The Jets actually have more possession. How about that? More possession. 5 corners to 0. 5 corners for victory there. There you go. There you go. So victory have had those chances, but they need more quality up top. But Melbourne Victory... Yeah, I mean, well, we were talking earlier how Lachlan Jackson made a couple good tackles there for a moment, but they defensively overall their organization's been poor. I mean, Davidson's been all right. He's been working hard on that left back position, but it feels like Jets have had so much joy down their right hand side. That's where Dobson's operating, Burgess, Aquilina. That's how that third goal was created. They comfortably got him behind on that right side. And just very, very perplexed by that defensive move from Esposito on that third goal there for Newcastle, how he didn't make the tackle there. It was way too easy for Newcastle, hey? Enrique, g'day, mate, says, we are Melbourne Victory. This is so poor. We have nothing up front. And a little bit shaky at the back too. Yeah, it's worrying. It's not good. Very worrying for Melbourne Victory. And yeah, maybe this game. Look, last week was a tricky one because it was a 0-0 game. It was fairly even overall. Auckland Victory. Maybe a sort of typical round 1 performance from both sides, playing it a bit safe. But this game, man, they are being really exposed in this game here. Melbourne Victory. They have had some chances going forward in attack, hey, but Newcastle Jets just breaking forward way too easily, so they have to sort it out. Sis Slayer g'day says, mate, I blame your team for pissing off the Jets this match. Yeah, man. I mean, mighty Mariners getting the win in the F3 Derby last week, an incredible late win from the Mariners. But great response for the Jets. Great response from Newcastle Jets, hey. The way they've bounced back here so far, very, very impressive. Austin, love it. Says, I'm not cutting my hair until Victory win 5 games in a row. Wowee. Of course, I'm sure you're all aware of that Manchester United fan who's doing that. Yeah. Maybe I should do something like that where I don't cut my hair until Mariners win 5 games in a row. G'day, Joel, who says Davidson and Genre, and then not much else quality around. I mean, I see what you're saying there. Joel. You got 2 former Socceroos. I mean, I really rate Jordi Valadon. He's a top player, but he's struggling a little bit in midfield today. Xavier Stella's been caught out in midfield today. We need, those wide players, Jelassic and Santos, need more from those guys. And then just defensively, it's been a bit shaky from Victory, sorry. Yeah, it's I was concerned about Victory at the back end of last season. Sorry, not the back end of last season, like during off season, I should say, when they let so many quality players go in Arzani and Teague and Boss, Machash as well. We shouldn't forget also, Victory are missing a lot of players. No Miranda, no Valupale, no Piscopo. Who else? No Louis Dorigo. So there's like a handful of potentially starting players who aren't even in the match day squad for Victory today. So they are missing a lot of players. So maybe this is not Victory at their best. Ross says, is it poor defense of lack of quality up forward? Victory did very disappointing. I think both. I think it's been a bit of both for Victory. I think you look at some of the goals the Jets scored there, and it feels like Victory should have done a lot better at the back. Jets are having a bit too much joy getting forward, and going forward, I think they probably could have been a bit better. There was that great chance early on in the half where Santos was away down the right and Genre was completely unmarked in the middle. Just needed a comfortable pass across the face and just completely got it wrong. So, yeah, man. That's right. Yeah, Valupale is certainly a big out at the moment. We know how good he is for Victory on his day. Socceroo as well, Nishan Valupale. So it's it is big that they're missing him. But still, with the team they have, like Jurassic and Santos, like they're good players, man. They're good players. Joel says, not complaining as a City fan. Good to see. Good to see. Good stuff here. Says, does anyone know what is happening with Clayton Taylor? Great question. Had a minor operation in May, but he hasn't been cited since. Was very important for the Jets last season. Great question, mate. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, we assume he's just still out injured. We assume he's still out with injury. Clayton Taylor, still recovering, perhaps. G'day, LFC. Thanks for joining us in the live chat tonight, mate. Says our defense isn't so bad. It's just Newcastle defense is good. Our insane inefficiency on the attacking front is costing us. Yep. Yeah, they need to create some better quality chances, Victory. That's for sure. I mean, yeah, I'll tell you what. If I'm Arthur Dillis, I'm bringing Juan Mata on. I think maybe Xavier Stella comes off, and I think you shift Denny Genre a bit deeper, which is what they did last week. When Juan Mata came on, Genre stayed on, and he came deeper. So I think Genre stays on and plays deeper, and you bring on Juan Mata to play as a 10, right? You got Genre who can create things from a bit deeper, and you got Juan Mata playing in that attacking midfield role. I think do it at halftime. I think if Juan Mata is fully fit, I think do it at halftime. Get him on, because we know he's gonna create stuff. Yeah, man. Joel asking a question about his Melbourne City striker here, Max Caputo. Do you think Caputo has a chance to be starting striker for the Socceroos one day? Yes, one day. I think we're probably still a few years off, but yeah, one day. He might be that next. He might be sort of the next striker to get a move overseas. I think this could be a big season coming up for Max Caputo. He got on the board last week away to Wanderers. Nice goal, and scored a crucial goal in the Champions League midweek as well. Did Max Caputo? So, in terms of could he be a starting striker for Socceroos one day? We're probably a few years off, but yeah, like last season we saw like Noah Botic and Zapsford have great seasons and get moves overseas. I think Caputo could be that next guy. I think Caputo will be like the next Botic and Zapsford. So in terms of like, that what do you call it? You know what I mean? Luke says, going back to Clayton Taylor, Luke says, I saw him at a game in Maitland. I think it was the Adelaide game in the stands, and Clayton Taylor seemed fine. Maybe it's just a selection thing. Who knows? Very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. G'day, Troy. Hope work went all right for you, mate. What did I miss? Just got home. Yeah, man, it's been an entertaining game so far. If you guys are just tuning in, 3-1 for the Newcastle Jets. An incredible strike as well from Alex Badalado for that second goal. Badalado has 2 goals tonight, man. Melbourne Victory got one back through Denny Genre, but Newcastle Jets have been looking very good on the attack. And Alex Badalado, incredible. He's played 3 halves of football and he's already got 3 goals. Alex Badalado in form. Red Lizard. Yes, I believe Mizunuma is injured. I think that's what Jets have said. Going back to that discussion about Max Caputo being next Socceroos striker, Callum highlights Luka Jovanovic at Adelaide United. Yep. He looks like he's going to be that main man up front for the Reds this season. Adstar says, how long before Eli Adam plays for Newcastle? Yeah, he's out at the moment, isn't he? I think he's out with injury. He's not on the bench today as well. Eli Adams featured a little bit in that cup run. But yeah, it seems to be that maybe he's struggling with injury too. Possibly. Love it, Troy. Thanks for joining us here, man. Once again. Red Lizard says battle out for play of the season. I mean, 2 games in, he absolutely is. 2 games in. It's a long season. But 2 games in, Alex Battleado is the star player of the A-League. Second half coming up, folks. Second half is around the corner. It's Newcastle Jets 3, Melbourne Victory 1. Can Victory make a massive comeback here in the second half, or can Jets add to the lead? Intriguing second half on the way. Haley X asks, how's Victory played overall? Not great. Not well. I mean, again, we'll look at the stats from Google here. Like 9 shots, 4 on target. I've had less possession. I've had 5 corners as well. But yeah, they have had some chances going forward in attack, as those stats show. But maybe could have been better in some of their decision-making overall. Alrighty. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch-along tonight, man. Friday night live watch-along. We were live this time last week for Adelaide, Sydney in round 1. That was a fun watch as well. What's the score in the Oz Championship game? Preston Lions taking on Avondale FC in the Australian Championship tonight as well. Great to have the that second-tier competition, if you like, happening at the same time as well as the A-League. It's all football. It's all happening. It's all square at the break. 0-0 between Preston Lions and Avondale. Alrighty. The team's back on the field for the second half. Here we go. All right. We've got some more comments coming in here. Leo Center 23. G'day. Says, in my opinion, Ufuk Talay has 2 more games to prove himself, or I want him out. Yeah, I don't blame you there, mate. I don't blame you. If Sydney don't get a win tomorrow, the pressure is seriously building on Ufuk Talay at Sydney FC. There is a sub. There is a sub for Melbourne Victory. Santos off, Grimaldi on. Don't mind it. Don't mind that. Was that the only change that Victory made? Possibly. Juan Mata is not on the fields, to my eyes. Second half is underway, folks. Troy says, thoughts on us playing Sydney tomorrow? Yeah, man. Big game for the Mariners. I'll tell you what, if we can get even a draw, first away game of the season away to Sydney, I think a draw would be okay for Mariners. But yeah, it should be a very fascinating game tomorrow. Sydney, because Sydney FC really need to win, hey. As Marcus is a Sydney FC fan, says must win tomorrow. Yep. G'day, Timmy. Good to see you here, mate. Hope you're doing well. And Luke a bit earlier said Battleado hopefully is on the team of the week, depending on the other games, obviously. Yeah, I put out my team of the week. Put that out on the community tab during the week. And, yeah, man, there's some good individual performances last week. But, yeah, for my team of the week for round 2, Battleado is almost certainly going to be there. He's been fantastic. As Owen here, g'day, Owen, who says Battleado is him. Indeed. So, another change too. And in fact, there was 2 changes for Victory. Josh Rawlins on for Seb Esposito. Wow. So a big double change at the break. And Wilmering has won the ball. High up the park. Through for Gibson. Jets are in again. Battleado surely. Oh. Well, again, chaotic defending from Victory. And Jets almost picking up where they left off. Alex Battleado already has 2 goals tonight, almost as a hat trick early on. This is Newcastle's first corner of the game, I'm pretty sure. Bit of chaos in the box, bit of grabbing, a bit of holding. Grozos with the in-swinger. Goes short, in fact. Lobs it in. Headed away by Davidson. Jets. Bright start to this second half. G'day, TJ. Hope you're well, mate. That's right, Ross. Yeah. It Jets score one more. It almost is game over. They're in again. Battleado. Oh, that has to be handball. Surely. Oh, my gosh. That looked like handball, right? All of a sudden, Virgos is in here. Victory on the attack. Oh, my goodness. A crazy start to the second half already. I wonder if VAR are having a check on that possible handball. It looked like a handball to me. Shot came in from Battleado, who's everywhere tonight. Alex Battleado, former Victory player. He was on loan at Melbourne Victory last season. Well, Melbourne Victory are completely unable to keep Battleado silent tonight. Oh, nice touch. Battleado, that's brilliant. Well, that's really nice pass in field. Battleado is playing some incredible football. And I tell you what, this is a huge game for Tony Popovich to be at. Popeye is in the stands tonight watching this game. Jets are in again. Great chance. Cutback is blocked. Still, they're on the front foot. This is too easy. Aquilina, Dobson. This is one of the poorest Victory defensive performances I've seen in a long time. This is very uncharacteristic for Melbourne Victory. They've been so poor at the back. Just a mess. Credit to Jets who are, really doing their thing in attack. They're playing well going forward, aren't they? Yeah, Timmy, I like it. Yeah, he says this is a very good sign for the Mariners. Yeah, like if the Mariners got a win here against a good Jet side. Well, they finally showed us that replay of that possible handball, and I was mistaken. Didn't look like it struck the hand of Valadon. It appeared to just hit the body. If the result stays this good, Battleado gets man of the match. Yeah, no one's taking it off him, I reckon. No one is taking yeah, you could probably seal it up now. Battleado, man of the match. Choices they need matter. Yep. Yeah, if I'm Arthur Dillis, I'm getting him on ASAP. He needs to get on the field now, dude. They need him now because Victory are completely off the ball tonight. Okay. Corner coming up for Victory, who would love a goal early on in the second half to give them an avenue back into this game. Hey. Short corner, quickly taken. Stella swings it in. Away by Shaughnessy. Joe Shaughnessy's been solid on his A-League debut tonight. Irish centre-back, making his first appearance in the A-League competition. Genre is trying to make things happen for his Victory side here, Denny Genre. He's probably been one of the bright sparks of Victory tonight. And got the goal for Victory also, as Jason Davidson has collected Aquilina for a foul. Three, 1. 3-1. But I tell you what, could easily have been 4-1 there a moment ago. There's a lot of football still to be played, folks. There's a lot of football still to go. Newcastle Jets look hungry for goals. And they're playing with confidence. And Well, Battleado looks like he's just made his first mistake of the night, giving the ball away, but he's won it back and released it for Aquilina. Shush now under pressure at the back. Does well. Shaughnessy up the line. Victory now getting forward. Davidson down the left. Cross coming in. Oh, almost for Grimaldi. Insera's there. Good chance for victory here, dude. What can they muster? Insera does well to keep it alive. Swings it in. Not the most convincing defending from Jets. Davidson too heavy on the pass forward, and Jets survive that little flurry. Yes, Troy, planning on heading down to the game. That's right. Marcus says the 3 Bs doing well for the Jets. Burgess, Battleado, Burton-Shello. Yep. Those guys have been very good. Burton-Shello's been dangerous down the left, and Burgess and Battleado just playing with such freedom in the middle of the park. This style of play really, I think, suits those two guys. So it's been a really, really good performance from those guys in midfield so far tonight. Round 2 in the A-League. First game of the round. Big round coming up, man. 3 games tomorrow. Auckland host Wanderers. Melbourne City play Perth Glory, and Sydney FC taking on Mariners. Sydney FC looking for their first win of the season after losing last week. Mariners coming off that incredible F3 derby victory last weekend. Sunday sees Wellington Phoenix host Brisbane Roar. That'll be a fascinating game. Wellington look like a new side under, well, Giancarlo Italiano, who's still the same head coach, but new style of play for Phoenix this year. Brisbane Roar, really exciting new energy about them. They won their first game last week, and first away game in the A-League for Michael Valkanis with the Roar. Monday night sees MacArthur host Adelaide, which should be a close game as well. Appreciate that score update, Owen. Thanks for that. If you guys want to keep us up to date to what's happening in the Oz Championship game tonight as well, 0-0 between Preston and Avondale. Marcus asks, do you think City could play in the ACL Elite Finals? Well, they got a win on Tuesday evening, a big win against Buriram United, 2-1 late winner. Go to see if Max Caputo. I think they have just enough. I think they could just sneak in. Yep. I think they could just sneak in. They'll need to make sure they keep getting good results in their home games. There's Jelicic. He scored. Keegan Jelicic in behind and chips Delianov. It's 3-2. Well, Victory do have a goal back. Keegan Jelicic. As Marcus says, what a game. Well, that opened up way too easily. We were speaking about the poor defending from Victor in that first half, but that is poor defending from Jets at the back. Great ball from John Rowe, who now has a goal and assist. And Jelicic has got his first Melbourne Victory goal here. Nice finish past Delianov. Luke says, classic Delianov was why I was apprehensive when we signed him. There you go. 6th goal in the A-League for Jelicic, who opens his account for Melbourne Victory in the A-League. Meanwhile, there's a substitution on the way. Double change for Jets. Interesting. Oscar Fryer is coming on to replace Will Dobson on that right wing, and Lockie Rose is also coming on to replace Ben Gibson. Straight swaps there in the Newcastle front line. Victory still in it, says Timmy. Absolutely. Long way to go in this game, and it's 3-2. So, we were saying Jets were flying in that first half, and they've been very good tonight in attack. But that was poor defending from Newcastle. Poor defending. That's right. Rose and Fryer on. Still a long way to go in this game. How did Newcastle Jets respond after conceding that second goal? Good response from Victory. This game just feels so unpredictable now. You really cannot tell which way it's going to go. It easily could have been 4-1. Newcastle Jets looked like they were going to get another one early on in the second half, but Victory, man. Pull one back again. So, dude, we are potentially set for one of the games of the season here already. Newcastle Jets were involved in one of the games of the season last week in the F3 Derby. And, hey, this time they're leading 3-2, but still a long way to go. So Oscar Fry is on. Oscar Fry scored that incredible goal in the Australia Cup final for the Jets. He's on that right wing as Grimaldi. Oh, he goes down a bit too easily, I reckon. Yeah, no pen. Lockie Rose is also on. Lockie Rose scored that equaliser for the Jets in the F3 Derby last week. Maybe some people surprised to see Lockie Rose on the bench after scoring last week. Oh, Bertoncello flying down the left. Good chance for the Jets. Here's Burgess. Oh, so close. Max Burgess, millimetres away from goal number 4. Wow, eh? G'day there. Says, hey, Lockie, how are you? I'm happy the Reds are off. Yeah, great stuff for Adelaide last week with that win against Sydney FC. The Reds travel to Macarthur on Monday. Absolutely, Luke, who says 2 games of the season contenders for the Jets in 2 games. Yeah, and two goals of the season contenders as well from a certain Alex Badalado. 5 shots on target for either side at this stage, according to the broadcast. Owen, who is a Bulls fan, says, I wish Denny Jonro came back to Macarthur, not Victory. Yeah, I'm sure the Bulls would have loved. I'm sure Bulls would have loved Jonro back at the club, but of course they've got a great attacking midfielder there in Anthony Caceres now. Got a good midfield there at the Bulls. Space on the left. Jurassic. Oh, Grimaldi. I mean, it was a difficult cross to deal with because it should have played it across the deck, but Grimaldi had to improvise with that shot. That would have been a spectacular goal if it went in. But too high of the target. Goal of the season is to go to another away game. Went to New Zealand last year. Love it. Yeah, I'd love to get to New Zealand for an away game one day as well. Okay. As we are ticking past the hour mark, just about. Wilmering with some space. Crossing. Ooh, dangerous ball. Josh Rawlins, who came on at half-time. Important clearance. Corner coming up. Timmy says, you've been going well on the channel. Thank you, mate. Says, thanks so much, Lockie. How have you been? I've been good, mate. Thanks for asking. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining us as always, Timmy. Over an hour of football played. 3-2 to Newcastle Jets. Australia Cup winners this year's Newcastle Jets against last year's A-League Grand Finalists Melbourne Victory. This is a really fascinating A-League game we are watching right now. It's truly unpredictable. Feels like both teams are looking like scoring at any moment. Troy says, I watched us play at Suncorp in January. Last season was heaps of Mariners fans. Love it. So good. Max Burgess. Max Burgess has been so busy tonight in the middle of the park. Such a key player for Newcastle Jets this season is Max Burgess. Great signing. Him and Badalado, I mean, proving to be 2 of the signings of the season already. Contributed to the Jets in their Australia Cup run massively. And now playing a big part in this game tonight. Good forward pass by Burgess. Rose, Wilmering, crosses. Not the best delivery from Wilmering. Frenzied Rabbit, g'day, mate. How many games do you watch live per week? Actually, not that. Not all of them. Not all of them. It's very rare that I get to watch the games live during the week. But usually the Friday night games. But across the weekend, usually for a variety of reasons, usually if I'm going to a game, on a Saturday, obviously there's a whole bunch of back-to-back games. So if I'm going to a game, it's hard to catch the other ones. As a shot comes in from Jean Rowe, a bit too much on it. So yeah, I only get to watch a few, so I have to watch them on replay. So I do catch the replays on a Sunday arvo or a Monday. Yeah. Festival of Goals, absolutely. TJ says it's a big wake-up call for Melbourne Victory. People expect a lot from them at their club, a lot of pressure on them. Yep, one of the biggest clubs in the country, Melbourne Victory. And they are trailing here, away to the Jets. Burton Shello. Burgess on the ball once more. Battleado combining with Burgess, crossing in. No one's there for the Jets, but it does fall for Aquilina. His shot's blocked. TJ says Marcus puts a good team of rejects together. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. I mean, Max Burgess was completely frozen out of the squad at Sydney, which is really disappointing. And there he is. He's teed up Aquilina. Good block. Jackson again. Thoughts on Delianov's game, how you think he's going with the gloves. Made a couple good saves in that first half, Delianov. Victory down the left again. Once more through Jason Davidson, who's proving to be one of Victory's most dangerous attacking outlets in this game, down the left from that left back position. So the Jets still searching for a way back into this game. Sorry, Victory searching for a way back into this game. Still a long way to go. I mean, this will be really disappointing if Jets were to slip it from here. Of course, Newcastle Jets had a chance to win it in the F3 derby last week with a penalty in injury time. Mariners going on to win that game incredibly. John Rose in. Great chance. Oh, Shaughnessy, good block. Still there for Victory. Jelacic. And Sarah keeps it in. Victory creating some good moments here. Lockie Jackson to the feet of Jelacic. Through for Grimaldi. Jean Rowe. Great chance. Oh, my goodness. Almost an own goal. Delianov has it. G'day, Nama. Yes, planning on getting to Leichhardt tomorrow. Thanks for that, TJ. Says it's 0-0 between Preston and Avondale after 65 minutes. By the way, Lockie, if you do New Zealand away, do Wellington. They are nice people. Love it. Thanks for that. Down the left, Burton Shallow one to chase, but Rawlins gets there first. Pass accuracy. 85% for the Jets, 78% for Victory at this stage. How long until Juan Mata enters the field of play for Melbourne Victory, the World Cup winner? Former Chelsea, Manchester United midfielder Juan Mata. He's on the substitutes bench for Victory. We have played 66 minutes of football in Newcastle. Victory hunting an equaliser here. And they are starting to look more and more likely as this game goes on. But it's so hard to predict, man. Anything can happen. Really does feel like anything's going to happen, hey? Bertoncello, well, he's on the camera there, close up on Bertoncello, and looked like that maybe he was just signaling something to the bench there. He might be coming off. Is there Unite round this year? No, unfortunately not. It was a cool concept, and I hope they do bring it back. But yeah, no Unite round this year. Here's Virgos. Virgos lobs one in. Genro, good hit. Oh. Well, Denny Genro has been good tonight. I mean, Victory maybe haven't been at their best tonight, but Denny Genro has been working very hard and did well to get that shot down and on target. But Delianov was always going to save that, I think. So Xavier Bertoncello is currently receiving some treatment. He signaled to the bench a moment ago. Oh, yeah, he pulled. Yeah, they're showing it on the replay. Bertoncello pulled up hurt. Looks like he was feeling his hamstring. Yeah, they're stretching out that left leg. Xavier Bertoncello. Well, here he is. Juan Mata is coming on, folks. We were just saying, when is he going to come on? They are making the change right now. That's right, Troy. Mata. It is Mata time. It was only a matter of time. Badoomch. Replacing Xavier Stella, so expect Denny Genro to sit a bit deeper in midfield and Juan Mata to play as that attacking mid. Luke says, look like a knee/shin knock for Bertoncello, perhaps. More changes on the way for the Jets too, by the looks of things. So Xavier Bertoncello, good game tonight. Good game tonight from Bertoncello. 2 consecutive starts in the A-League for Bertoncello, who impressed in the Australia Cup. Bertolicio and Bracco coming on for the Jets. Both those guys came off the bench in the F3 derby last week as well. How's Virgos been playing today? He's been okay. He's been all right. Hasn't been too involved. Nama, that's an interesting question, Nama, who asks, is there any update on David Williams' contract situation with Perth because he's still there on squad lists on their website? Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I am not sure. It seems like David Williams isn't really involved with Perth Glory this season. So yeah, who really knows? Who knows? So changes for the Jets. Thomas Aquilina replaced by Joel Bertolicio. Aquilina was good tonight. Christian Bracco also entered the field to replace, looks like who came off? It must have been Bertoncello. So Alex Battleado appears to be playing out on the left wing now, position that he is capable of playing. Rose, bit of space on the right here for the Jets. Bertolicio, the substitute, is on the ball. Joel Bertolicio, who was playing his football at Up Your Like card earlier on this year, secured a move to the Jets. Former MacArthur player as well. Burgess with the cross. Away by Rawlins. Finds Burgess again, though. Burgess into the box. Good chance. Burgess, he should have gone for goal there. I think he was trying to chip it in for the far post there to try and get a header for a teammate, but probably could have gone for goal there. How old is Juan Mata? Good question, TJ. I'm not sure. How old? 30-something, I imagine. Yeah, that's right, Luke. Yeah, in Chile in the Under-20 World Cup, Battleado did. Yeah, he played on the left side from memory. We did live watch-alongs for all 3 of the Young Socceroos games at that Under-20 World Cup last month. Timmy here says the Jets do not want to throw the game away as they did last week. Yep, they'll have, yes, obviously really bitter memories of last week in that F3 derby where they had the chance to win it late and Mariners won it in the end. So Newcastle, this will be a big win for them, a real statement for them to try and get the win here. Get us 3 points. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, bit of a it's still going on. Physical altercation as we speak. Shushnya, look at this. Alex Shushnya doesn't look happy. And Nikos Virgos involved. Oh, they're still going. Well, they need to be separated here. Alex Shushnya and Nikos Virgos have been wrestling off the ball. And the referee just has to sort this out for a moment here. That showing on the replay. Oh, Virgos almost seemingly grabbed the ear of Alex Shushnya there. And the push and shove continued after that as well. They're still hugging. It's still going on. Well, just get on with the game. Just play the game. And if there's a foul, there's a foul. Just get on with it. But it just shows where we're at in this game. And there you go. They've wrestled each other to the floor. It's still going on. Virgos is down hurt. Well, this is a huge flashpoint now. Alex Shushnya. And it's still going on. Shushnya. Now look at Costa Grozos. He is grabbing Shushnya, pulling him back. If you're Newcastle Jets, you just want to keep your cool here. Wow, I mean, yeah, a clear foul from Alex Shushnya. Clear foul. He had him around the neck. As Adstar says, red card's incoming. I mean, if it keeps going this way, yeah. So, free kick coming up. There's a real sense of intensity and spice in this game now, isn't there, folks? Players wrestling, jostling. Free kick chance. Jean swings one out wide. Flicked on. No one's there for victory, though. Bit of a pointless free kick there from Melbourne Victory. Came to nothing in the end. Victory still on the front foot. But that is good defending by Bertolicio. Good strength shown. And that's a foul. Well done there by Christian Bracco. So, yep, there's definitely, this game has, in regards to the heat level, if you like, it's stepped up a whole notch here. I think Melbourne Victory are showing their frustration that, Virgos and Shushnya a moment ago and Jenny Genre with that foul. There is some clear frustration being shown here at this moment in time by Melbourne Victory. They are trailing. They do not want to suffer a poor loss here. A game that they haven't been good. I mean, credit to Victory. They're still in it. They are still in it. They are just trailing by 1 goal. And with 15 minutes left, they have time, Melbourne Victory, to rescue this game and grab an equaliser. But Newcastle Jets, 3 goals in the first half. Newcastle Jets desperately looking to hold on to this advantage. Good tackle by Shaughnessy. Davidson's gone down hurt, but it was a great tackle from Shaughnessy. He slid in and won the ball cleanly. Looks like Jason Davidson's going to require some treatment. No cards, no penalty earlier on. Neo says you should really become an A-League commentator. I mean, to be fair, I have more fun doing these live streams. A bit more freedom, I guess. Wow, they're showing the XG on the broadcast, the XG for both teams. 1.85 for Jets, 1.8 for Victory. So that's very close there, the XG between both teams. So, are there more goals on the way? Victory got one back in the second half through Keegan Jelassic. Victory starting to show a bit more desperation now, a bit more fight perhaps, as they are chasing this game. A lot of expectation on Melbourne Victory this season. A lot of people expecting them to do well. They do not want to start the season with just 1 point after 2 games. They could be trailing, falling behind some of their rivals. Newcastle Jets back in possession. Their passing play has been beautiful today, Newcastle. They've shifted through midfield so nicely, and it's Burgess again who's leading it. Edge of the box. Max Burgess. I mean, Battleado surely player of the match tonight, but Max Burgess is close behind. He has been so good once again. Victory. They could break here, Melbourne Victory. Genre is chipping it up. Virgos, good strength shown by Shushnya to win the header. Burgess, ooh, heavy challenge. No foul. Quick release. Virgos is clearly offside. Melbourne Victory. You can see they're trying to press. They're trying to close them down. Battleado, Bracco. Rose has it. Battleado again. Alex Battleado. Oh my goodness. He's scored again. Oh my goodness. We are witnessing a true star in the making. It's 4-2. Oh my word. He is him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very, very fortunate here to be witnessing a truly remarkable footballer. Really having a truly incredible breakout year. Alex Battleado has picked up the ball and scored another stunner. Wow, what a play. It's a hat-trick. Again, just terrible defending. Terrible from Melbourne Victory. Edge of the box, not closing him down. That's a remarkable strike. It's 4-2. Alex Battleado, I mean, we were talking earlier. Tony Popovich is at this game, Socceroos head coach. He's probably keeping an eye on Denny Jean-Rowe and Jason Davidson at Melbourne Victory. But I tell you what, at this rate, Alex Battleado could well be in a Socceroos squad in a few weeks' time. This is an truly incredible performance from this young star. It's a hat-trick tonight. Wowee. As Callum says here, Battleado is going straight on that plane. They've just on the broadcast, they cut to Tony Popovich in the stands, who is witnessing a masterclass from Alexander Battleado tonight. What were Western Sydney Wanderers thinking, letting Alex Battleado go? Absolutely ludicrous decision from Wanderers to let this guy go. This is, I mean, it's reminiscent. It reminds me of what it felt like watching Adrian Segicic last season. You might remember Adrian Segicic coming off the bench, and I remember when he came off the bench and scored a hat-trick against the Mariners last season. From midfield, Adrian Segicic was scoring goals for fun. Well, he's playing as a midfielder. Well, now as it's sort of on the left side of midfield, left wing, Alex Battleado, and he scored a hat-trick from midfield. This is a special, special player. We are witnessing one of the next breakout stars in Aussie football, and his name is Alex Battleado. You've heard it here. Truly incredible. Yes, indeed, Luke. Yeah, we've seen Popper a few times on the broadcast, and I'm very curious to know what Popper is thinking at this moment in time. It's Newcastle Jets 4, Melbourne Victory 2. Victory are now committing many more numbers forward as they try to chase this game. This is a big, big performance from the Jets. That's a real I mean, a huge goal for them too, to give them that buffer now, this 2-goal buffer with less than 10 minutes remaining. Incredible. Timmy says Mark Milligan has had a big influence. I mean, credit to, like, it's worked out well. Mark Milligan has seen the players that he has at his disposal. He's got 2 fantastic attacking midfields in Burgess and Battleado, and he's allowing them to play. Here comes the Jets going forward again, down the right. It's Fryer, Oscar Fryer. He's keeping it alive. Great chance. Oh, dude, Battleado was there in the box. He's eyeing goal number 4. This is incredible. Wowee, dude. Wowee. Goodness me. Alex Battleado. I mean, I tell you what, when it comes to a Socceroos squad, it's going to be interesting to see where Battleado would actually fit into that team. Does he play as one of the central midfielders, or does he play a bit higher up? I think he plays higher up. I think he plays as one of those 10s. I don't know if he would be better utilized. Yeah, it was one of those deeper sort of central midfielders. Victor in behind. Virgos. Oh, good save. It's parried away by Delianov. Nikos Virgos forces a good save out of Delianov. I think Battleado in a Socceroos lineup, I think he would play as one of those 10s. Probably off the left side, sort of where we, have been seeing Nestor and Kunda play. I think Battleado could play that role. He's not really a winger. He's more of a 10, isn't he? He is playing as a left winger as we speak, though. But I tell you what, if you're taking informed players to a Socceroos camp, Battleado is going to be there next month, man. He has to be there at this rate. 2 games, 4 goals, and 3 absolute stunners. This guy, it's Adrian Segacic vibes. It really is for Alex Battleado. It really, really is, man. 4-2. I mean, the headline is Alex Battleado and Newcastle just getting the win, but this is devastating for Victory. And they're making a change up top. Nikos Virgos, not his best night tonight. Good chance earlier with that shot on target, but he's coming off being replaced by former Central Coast Mariners striker Jing Reese. That's right. Yeah, for the Socceroos, there's so much depth now, says TJ. That's right. A lot of depth. So many options. And it's great. It's great to have so many of these young guys now stepping up and showing that they could really perform, I reckon, for the Socceroos. So, Victory committing more numbers forward, which means there's space for Jets going on the attack. Oscar Fry driving at the defenders, crossing it in a bit too deep. Battleado's managed to rescue it, though. Bracco. Back for Battleado. Wilmering. The Jets are building once more. You'd imagine, I think Jets have one more change to make. You'd imagine Battleado will probably be substituted late on here. Give him a standing ovation. These Jets fans are witnessing a truly magical performance from their midfield maestro here. It's incredible too, because I feel like I feel like Max Burgess has been stealing the headlines for the Jets in the recent weeks and months. But Alex Battleado, I mean, he's the younger of the two midfielders, to be fair. Should be mentioned. And yeah, just incredible. Just incredible. Alex Battleado. Adstuff says, for A-League players to get a seat on the plane to the USA and Canada and Mexico, of course, they will have to be very consistent in the A-League this year. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, you'll need to have a top year. And, well, Alex Battleado is on track. Even if you're a midfielder, you feel like you probably need to rack up plenty of goals and assists. And, well, Battleado's already got 4 goals. So 4 goals in 2 games ain't too bad, eh? Great start for the midfielder. Luke asks, how many Jets have been major Socceroos in the past? My first thought is McGree. Yeah, did spend some time at the Jets. Craig Goodwin also spent some time at the Jets as well early on in his A-League career as Jing Reese. Driving forward. Oh, Grimaldi's just lost it at his feet. Good moment there for victory going forward. Yeah, other Socceroos who have played for Newcastle. There's probably a bunch of others that I'm forgetting. Did Joel Griffiths play for the Socceroos? Testing my memory. But Goodwin and McGree are sort of the two ones that spring to mind. I'm trying to remember some others. I mean, Mark Milligan played for the Jets, of course, didn't he? Spent some time there as a player. Yeah, there's probably a few. Set piece of victory. Jean Rowe, edge of the box. Jean Rowe's been good tonight for victory. I mean, overall, this has been disappointing for Melbourne Victory, but Jean Rowe's probably been their best player. I think he's got a goal and assist, hasn't he? Is that my brain getting that wrong? Callum says, I don't think Milligan played for the Jets, did he? I might be getting that wrong. If he did, it would have been really early on. Jets on the front foot. Space for Fryer. Oh, good block. Oh, follow-up is there. What a victory doing at the back. Jets still have it alive. Oscar Fryer gets it back for Bracco. It's the young brigade for the Jets who are keeping things alive. Bracco, Burgess, they're having fun. Newcastle just are having fun now. At times, it's looked like a training drill going forward for Newcastle Jets. Melbourne Victory have just been far too static in their defense. This has been disappointing. Victory going to need some major improvements. Grozos. Oh! Grozos has gone down. He cannot believe that hasn't been awarded as a penalty. I mean, it looked like he went for the shot and just tripped on the defender, but I don't know, man. (4-2). 4-2 to the Jets here, folks. Late on in this game. Hasn't been too many stoppages. There was an injury stoppage for Burton Cello earlier, but I don't think we'll have too many minutes added on here. Thanks for that, Timmy, who's giving us a score update for the Oz Championship. Says 0-0 in the 88th minutes. 88th minutes in the Preston. Yep, in the Preston-Avondale game. There we go. Callum, who says Milligan did play for the Jets all the way back in 2008. Stand corrected. Yeah, it was a long time ago now. Long time ago. In an A-League far, far away. So, the Jets look set to hold on to victory here. Well, there was an unintentional pun there. They have gotten the better of victory tonight. It's a 4-2 win at this stage. Melbourne Victory, man. Disappointing loss for them tonight. 5 minutes added on. That's more than I would have expected. Next week for these two teams, man. Next week for these two teams. Newcastle Jets. Very interesting match next week. They host Sydney FC, the Newcastle Jets. They host Sydney FC. That's a big game. Big game next week. And for Melbourne Victory, their next game coming up. Melbourne Victory away to Perth. Ooh. Victory away to Perth next week as a ball comes in. Oh, it's another! Oscar Fryer. Oh, the hero in the Australia Cup final has just scored a fifth for the Jets. It's Newcastle 5. It's Melbourne Victory 2. Newcastle Jets are well and truly flying now. Goodness me, what a game. Wow. Yep, I think that's right, Luke. Wilmering with a cross to the far post. Terrible defending again. Fryer has just flown in there. And he scored a stunning goal in the cup final. And he's got his first A-League goal here. Big result. Big result indeed for the Jets, Blinkus. As Ross says here, it says, far out victory are a shambles. Yeah, man. This has been one of the worst defensive performances I've seen from Victory in a long time, in a few years now. At least in a few years. This has been a complete mess at the back for Melbourne Victory. Serious work to do. And they've got Perth Glory away next week, which isn't going to be an easy game. I think Glory are going to be a good attacking side this year, man. So Melbourne Victory, this is disastrous for them. And Oscar Fryer has his first A-League goal. 5-2. Victory have made another late change as Oscar Fryer. Good run. Bracco. They're wanting more. They want 6. They want 6. Look at the Jets players just streaming forward, man, dude. Couple minutes left. Davidson has a lot of space on the left here. Oh, my goodness. Long range effort from Jean Rose, sailed wide, but wowee. What a win here. This is a truly big, historic win for Jets. This is probably one of their best wins in recent years. This team who has been starved of success for so long now. And again, we should highlight, especially for the Jets coming off that devastating late heartbreak in the F3 derby last week, to respond in this way. Absolutely incredible. Alex Badalado, the start tonight. Incredible effort from him. Hat-trick for Badalado. Five, 2, dude. 5-2. So for Newcastle Jets, man, they host Sydney FC next week. I mean, we're going to learn a lot after tomorrow. Sydney FC hosts Central Coast Mariners. But if Sydney fail to win tomorrow against Mariners, and then they're heading into this game against Jets without a win, I tell you what, man, Jets might be standing out as one of the teams to watch early in the season. Despite that F3 derby loss round 1, that win is proving to be a really valuable one for the Mariners, because this is a top performance from the Jets, who are flying in attack. Maybe still a bit of work to do defensively. That second goal that Victory scored, probably a bit disappointed, I think Jets will be at the back there with how they performed at the back to deal with that one. Full time. Newcastle Jets 5, Melbourne Victory 2. What a game, folks, for the Newcastle Jets. What a great game overall. From a neutral point of view, don't forget, it was 3-2 there for a decent chunk of the game. Keegan Jelassic getting one back early in the second half. And it felt like for a moment there that Victory could have pulled it back to 3-3, but Newcastle Jets finishing strong once again. Badalado, what a star. And he's currently having an embrace with Juan Mata on the field. How about that? Juan Mata, maybe with some words of wisdom for the young star, Alex Badalado, who's had an unbelievable game. Ross says, well played, Newcastle. Hope they do the same to Sydney FC. Timmy says, Melbourne Victory fans leaving early. I mean, yeah, if you're a Victory fan, not happy with that game. Not happy at all. It's an incredible result tonight. It's Newcastle 5, Melbourne Victory 2. Guys, thanks very much for joining us for this live watch along. It's been a chaotic game, a crazy game. But Newcastle Jets have made a statement, especially after last week's F3 Derby loss, 5-2 win victory. An absolute mess in defense tonight. There's no escaping that fact. And they have to sort that out because they've got an away game to Perth Glory next week. Newcastle Jets host Sydney next week. Wow, big round 3 games coming up next weekend. Cheers, guys. Adstar says, good call. Thanks for the stream. Blinker says, good game, lads. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers for that, Ross, as well. Guys, have a great weekend. Huge weekend of A-League action coming up. Stay subscribed to the channel to keep up to date to all the A-League content we are doing here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a safe and happy weekend. See you in the next one. Cheers.